Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Romance Angel cards by Doreen Virtue, who I'm obsessed with calling Dorothy. I have no idea why. Relationships, first half, single, second half. I only pull in the oracle cards as needed. And here we go. Alright, we'll come back to that if needed. It almost seems a little straightforward, but the situation that's going on now, I feel like you're handling it as normal, as you normally would. I feel like your partner's coming to you with an idea. They want to start something, they're looking to go do something. I feel like they're actually actively already involved with it. And you're handling it like you normally do. What's holding back is I feel like you're going along with it, but you don't really want to. And your partner's kind of leading the way, and they're telling you this is the way it has to be. And you're just kind of like, alright, then we'll do it this way. I feel like you're kind of going along with it, but you don't really want to. And I feel like something about it you're thinking isn't really what you want. Something else is coming out. I feel like it's going to come out as we keep going. Something else isn't hitting right. You're not happy with something. As we keep going forward, the next thing that comes in is the Seven of Cups with the Ten of Coins. Pentacles even. So I feel like you're still happy and you're going forward, but maybe this is how it's just coming through, because you're feeling like whatever they wanted to start it's like a great start, but then it kind of stalled out. Which is interesting that this didn't follow through. I feel like it was almost like a starter project. You got all the stuff to do it, and then it kind of stalled out for some reason. But your partner has a lot of ideas about what they want to do. It just seems like they're hung up on all the ideas about what they want to do. And you're pretty much letting them handle it the way they want to. I feel like this is probably the same old story as far as you're concerned. Things are working out fine, but you didn't expect it to really go too far. But it doesn't seem like you're bothered by it. Whatever the start was here, I feel like you're thinking this is the same story, just different day. And it's like whatever's going on isn't affecting the relationship in a negative way. I almost feel like one of the reasons you kind of go along with it is to keep your partner happy. I feel like you're just doing it for your partner. I don't know how to say this. Like, it's not any detriment to you. But you're not, I don't feel like you're really expecting it to go that far, but you're fine with that. It's making your partner happy, you're like, fine. Whatever happens, we can keep going with that. Your partner's all gung-ho about this, though. They have all sorts of ideas, and they're feeling like this is a great thing. The thing is, they jump in. I feel like this is a good start. Like, they jump in, ready to go. You get things together, whatever. But then it gets hung up in all these ideas and possibilities. Like, they get turned around in their own tracks. That being said, I feel like something happens here where it's like they're ready to go, but something here stops them. Something here can only go so far. And then it kind of, I'm not sure if it stalls out or it's in like a holding pattern. I think it depends on your situation. Being a general read, I'm really feeling either one of two things. Stalls out or goes into like this holding pattern, waiting to go to the next stage. And that's frustrating for your partner because I really do feel like they want to move on it now, but for whatever reason they can't. If it stalls out, I feel like part of it they're waiting for, or part of the situation is missing and they can't. Or they literally just kind of went into a different direction and they're kind of embarrassed that they don't really want to go back to it or something like that. Because I feel like there's some feelings here of restriction, or I don't even know if I want to use the word restriction. Kind of like it didn't go as far as they thought it would. I thought someone else was going to come out with that. This is interesting because this card comes up for you. And while the 5 usually talks about loss and concentrating on loss when you still have things going to your benefit, I feel like this is more talking about, this is about the relationship for you. You kind of feel bad that it didn't work out. I don't feel like you were expecting it to, but you're kind of sympathizing with your partner, but the whole thing was, it was all about your partner. So I feel like you're kind of holding that to the, like, I feel like you're not pushing forward the reason why you went forward with this and that you didn't expect it to go that far. You're sympathizing with your partner and like, oh, I know, it's not good and blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing about it is it was always about your partner. You only did it because you knew it meant a lot to your partner, so you just wanted them, you wanted to just go along with them, and you didn't expect it to really work out, but you were hoping for them. You were hoping it did. You didn't really expect that, but the whole thing was about that. That's what the whole thing was about. And while on the outside you may seem a little bummed out, you didn't really expect it to go all that far. It was all about your partner. Like, you did this for your relationship, and because you knew it meant a lot for your partner. You just wanted to be supportive and show that you had that support for them. Like, I feel like this is same situation, different day. That's kind of what I feel like. This is kind of like a pattern. You weren't expecting it, but you don't want to be like a naysayer. You want to show support for your partner because you love them like that. And it wasn't that big a deal that it didn't go that far. To you, it's not, at least. What this whole thing was about was just to show your partner that you support them. That's what I'm really seeing here. Anything else? I feel like this was very, I don't know. It kind of went along without a hitch, because I don't feel like there's anything bad going on here. I feel like your partner has a lot of ideas, thinking things are going to work out, gets right out there, but then something goes on. There's too many things going on. Things didn't work out exactly as planned, and it kind of either stagnates or goes into this holding pattern. It feels like it kind of dies off. But for you, it's all about your partner anyway. You don't really want to do this going into it. You're seeing it's going to fail. Something about it, like you're aware that this isn't going to go, but you don't want to tell your partner that, or you don't want to come off as pessimistic. You want to show that you believe in your partner. So you go forward with it, but it's all about the relationship for you. The fact that it doesn't go forward, it's not affecting you in a negative way. I don't feel like you really expected it to. It was all about your partner. All about your partner. And you're happy. You're feeling like this is, spiritually you're in the world, which, for this reading, I feel like it's just like, this is how you feel it's going to be. And you're feeling good that you're supporting your partner. And while this cycle kind of ended, however it did, you know it's going to start again. It's a repetitious pattern, and it seems like you're really okay with it. Again. Of course, leave your comments, because maybe some of you aren't happy with it, but how this is kind of hitting, like, it's not really a big deal. Not to you. Even though you weren't really into it to begin with because of how it ended up, you kind of saw that happening. I feel like because you didn't expect it to work out, that's why you're okay. And the reason why, like, I feel like you're okay. We're done here? Alright. Let's get into singles for Scorpio. I feel like it's a fairly good read in the sense of I don't really feel anything really bad happening. I feel like it's all about your partner. All about your partner. And showing that support. Which I've probably said 50 times by now. Single Scorpio. You know what? I am going to do one of these. Now, I'm getting a lot of emotion right off with this one. It seems to be the heart of the matter when it's happening. A lot of passion is bringing you towards someone. I feel like you're more out pursuing, and the other person is very conducive with that. I wouldn't say they're holding back in any sense, but I would say that you're the initiator. Okay. This is, well, the interesting thing is here, I have you in the hanged man position, which means you're kind of stuck in one spot. The hanged man usually can't move, can't make any changes, can't take any action, but observes and can communicate to a limited communication, let's put it that way, and also only able to absorb the information that's brought to him. Can't really get into things. So I feel like you're stuck in this spot where you don't know exactly how somebody else is feeling. You want to pursue them more, but whoever this person is, you're feeling like you can't. You're waiting for information to come to you. But you have great hopes about this. You're very into this person. You're feeling this could be really a great relationship. This might even be the one, is what you're thinking. So if this is hitting, I'm thinking that's where we're going. The overall energy is the Hermit. So I feel like the Hanged Man with the Hermit, you're just left to your thoughts. A lot of the time on this situation, at least up to this point, maybe a little farther going forward, you're just left to your thoughts, wondering what is the deal? What is happening here? I'm feeling it, and I'm not able to go after this person like I want to. I have to wait for things to come towards me, and I'm not really happy about that. The environment, I don't know if I feel like this is interesting because it feels like they're going back and forth. They're like yes, then no, yes, then no. But they're very playful with you. And I'm noticing we're not really getting any information also that's saying where they're standing. They're very yes and no. They're very playful. They're very come closer, then push back, then come closer, then push back. I feel like it's very cat and mouse. I feel like they're not, I don't know if they're playing with you or if it's like it's a game. It's a fun game. Like I feel like you're both having fun with it to this extent. You kind of want to just like, let me just win. And the other person's like, no, I'm having fun with this. And they're coming and going and pushing and coming and going and coming and going. I feel like that's where it is right now. Now this is somebody in the past you thought might have had some possibilities, but maybe didn't move on in the beginning. You might have like just half-heartedly gave it a shot, but didn't go too far with it, and it didn't go very far. But I feel like as time has gone on, this is in the past too, the Four of Swords makes me think, the Four of Swords, nope, the Four of Rods, I'm kind of getting like this built up over time. And the passion kind of brewed and got stronger, and I feel like this may have been coming more and more, and then all of a sudden it just kind of ignited, almost like, I don't know, this, like all the elements started to gather, and then all of a sudden it just ignited. But then when it ignited, this game started playing. Back and forth, push and pull. I got the center here, of course, like I always say, don't get caught up in the gender of the cards. I got the Queen of, I think the Queen of Rods is you, quite frankly. Even though you're a water sign and you'd think it would be the Queen of Cups, I'm thinking you're more the active one trying to get closer, but the Queen of Cups seems to be running the show here. Push and pull, push and pull. Again, don't get caught up in the gender. So whoever you are, I'm thinking the active card trying to get things to go. The other person is the one holding back and giving and holding back and giving and holding back. It's very engaging for you. I feel like this is really engaged. You're really into it, but you want to win. If it's a cat and mouse game, like just catch the mouse already. Come on, just catch the mouse. But they don't want to. This is like a fun courtship for them. But I guess the question is it a courtship or is it just a game? Because they're going back and forth and they like being playful. They're really enjoying the playful part of this whole situation. I feel like they're enjoying the control. This person may not... They may not be into any more than just the control aspect of this, because they like the attention they're getting. But it's very engaging, and I do feel you stay engaged with it going forward, but you're still left to your thoughts. When they come around, it's still, you can't really grasp it. I feel like you can't get a hold of them and like find out where they actually stand. You can't make it go forward, and you don't really want it to end because it is engaging for you. That being said, we're going forward to the last card. 10 of Rods. Burdens. Why are you feeling so burdened? I got the 5 of Swords. I'm feeling like it just goes on too long, and you're starting to see it for just a game. I feel like you try to communicate this to the other person, but they try to make light of it. Or they make it in the sense of like, you know, I mean, I'm not sure what I want right now. Why can't we just be friends for now? That type of thing. And the burden part is you feel like it's time for you to move on from the situation, but you have emotions into it. You don't really want to move on, but you're realizing the other person is just kind of throwing it and tossing it back and forth, and that's all they really want right now. And that's not what you want. So you're deciding to move on. And it's a little like you're a little down about it because you're like, I really think this could go somewhere, but the other person, they're just into the game of it, and you're aware of that. And I feel like they're coming at you like if you try to push them to go farther, they're like, I just want to be friends for now. I'm not looking for a relationship. And there's nowhere for you to take it, and you don't want to stay where it is. But you're realizing it's been so long that everything that's been going on is just going to continue, and you're thinking it's not going anywhere. That's all this person wants. It's all about the attention, and you're over it. You're over the whole game aspect. It's either go forward or go away. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. And because when you tell them, when you come towards them and you're like, I'd like to start seeing you seriously, they're like, no, I just want to be friends. You're like, well, then I'm going to go away. And you do. Okay. So I think we said that there. You are really, and I feel like it's disappointing. The reason it's burdened is because you really feel like when the soulmate card comes up between the two of you, you're feeling like this really has a chance to really be something. You're really engaged. You like how they play back and forth. But the fact is, when it becomes only about the play and there's nothing else that comes of it, it's just the push and pull, that's it, you have to walk away because you're like, this isn't what I want. I mean, if this was part of it, and we were making progress and going places, like I like this playful attitude for that. But if it's playful attitude and that's it, like nothing comes of it, I don't want any of that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.